Monday, guys. Good morning. My name is Richard Barakat. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and share this with the WhatsApp group. All right, guys. Thank you. What a wonderful Monday. It's currently raining out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Hope you guys are all doing well wherever you're watching this from across the world. I decided to make this video because I'm seeing a lot of people who are potentially missing out on sales, particularly on our WhatsApp group. So the reason why I'm making this is so I can, in the future, point them to this video so they can watch it and fix what they are doing wrong. And that's what I'm going to cover primarily in today's live session. So for those who are watching for the first time, if you don't know who I am, my name is Richard Barakat. I'm the founder of Barakat Ventures. Our website is barakat.com. We are a US Nigeria market entry platform. We deal in trade and also investments. So we cater to two demographics. We cater to Nigerians in the diaspora or just diasporans in general, whether you are based in the United States, which is our primary target, or Canada or Europe, and you are looking at the possibility of importing made in Nigeria goods that you can sell on your website or you can sell on online marketplaces like Amazon and Walmart. And also for those who are interested in investing back home, whether it's in real estate, land, agriculture, you name it. So that is one demographic that we cater to. The second demographic that we cater to are Nigerian brand owners, manufacturers, suppliers who are interested in selling in the United States market. So one of the things that's currently going on that I'm, at least on my end, that I'm observing, it's the lack of emphasis on structuring a sales force or a sales pitch. Majority of the sales are lost at the very beginning if you don't know how to position your offer. And I'm speaking particularly and specifically to the people in the WhatsApp group. Your offer has to be clear. So you have to put yourself in a position where you want to make it as easy as possible for buyers to convert. And what do I mean by converting? What do I mean by conversion? Conversion is simply when someone buys from you, whether you're offering a product or you're offering a service, once that purchase is finalized, that is essentially you've converted that potential customer into a buying customer. And hopefully once they've purchased from you, you are able to nurture that relationship so that they can keep coming back to you, or most importantly, they refer you to others. Okay, so when I'm looking at this our WhatsApp group, some of your offers are not clear. You are selling something, but you're really unclear on what you are selling. So and I'm speaking specifically for US buyers, like we buy first with our eyes. Before we buy anything from you, we look at your offer. What is it that you're selling? If we are unclear about what you are pitching, it's highly likely that we're going to look elsewhere, or you're not going to be able to convert people like me, or US buyers, or just buyers in general. So the name of your product, what you're selling, is important. Obviously, the pricing is important. I'm going to talk a little bit about pricing on how you should never ever lead with the price. You always want to lead with the value. Not the value to yourself, but the value to your customer. Beautiful camera and microphone. Just wanted to ask, who's your favorite superhero if you have one? You know, Wolverine. I'm an X-Men fan. I like Wolverine. He's my favorite by far. So you always want to, when it comes to sales, at the end of the day, listen, your operation has to revolve around sales. if you don't have sales, you don't have a business. Okay, and I know a lot of operators are focused on creating the best quality product. They tend to put sales secondary, and I get that. But if you want to be a a strong operator, you have to make sales first and foremost your primary target. So every decision that you make for your business, for your service, or for your product, sales has to be tied to that in one form or another. Sales is emperor. Sales, sales, sales. Because without it, you don't have a business. Okay, so some of your offers are great. I've seen it. I've been able to analyze what you guys are selling. I'm looking at some flyers, and there are some things that are missing, and then other things that are misleading. So the name of your product obviously is important. You also want to lead, as I mentioned earlier, with value to the customer. So what differentiates your offer from, let's say, a competitor? Okay, a value can be easy payment, fast shipping. I know a lot of you are doing and this is particularly common in Nigeria when you're doing what is it, pay on delivery? Out here in the United States, we don't do pay on delivery. Buyers generally buy first based on your offer, based on what they're expecting you to deliver to them, and then they'll pay you for that service, just with the hope and trust that whatever it is that you're selling is what the buyer is going to get. So you never, ever, ever want to lead from the position of price, because someone can always undercut your price. So if you're offering something for 10,000 naira and someone has that same offer, they can mark theirs down to 9,000, then you mark yours down to 8,000, then it becomes a race to the bottom. So you want to lead with the value proposition to the customer first. Another thing you also want to do is, what is the weight? For those who are selling products, what is the weight of your product? Some of you, many of you, you leave this out because you are anticipating that the customer knows what you're doing or knows the weight. They don't know. So it's up to you to furnish that information to them. So you have the name, clearly the name of whatever you're selling. Don't be ambiguous about it. Do not be specific to what you're selling. Do not be ambiguous about it. State what you're selling. State your location. Where are you based in Nigeria? Are you in Lagos? Are you in Abuja? Are you in Uyo? Are you in Cross River State? You want to state that as well. Okay. Back to what I was talking about as far as like the weight. I've done millions of naira in transactions trading in Nigeria, buying made in Nigeria goods and sending and exporting them or importing them into the United States. I can't even begin to tell you, and I'm talking about these people are at the highest level of operation. They don't have a weight scale. When you ask them, well, what does this product weigh? I see that you're selling bulk foods, but what's the weight? This is what you get all the time. Small bag, medium bag, big bag. That is not a weight. Or you hear painter, 3 painters, 4 painter buckets. That's not all, 5, 6 derricas. That is not a weight. So you have to make it, invest in a weight scale. So you have the tabletop weight scales where you could weigh something, let's say up to 5 kg, right? Something as small as an ounce, which is about 28 grams. So you want that tabletop, you want to invest in that tabletop weight scale for those who are doing retail packs. If you're, let's say, selling packs of gari, or you're selling packs of like seasoning, crayfish, pepper, or what have you, and you're not doing like a bulk scale, you want to invest in a tabletop weight scale. And then for those who are doing more of the bulk foods, where you are selling anything, let's say 10 kg and up, you want to invest in an industrial type scale. So at Embericat, we have both a tabletop weight scales where we weigh our offerings that are in that 1 to 5 kg. Here in the United States, we use pounds. We have that tabletop weight scale. But we also have the industrial weight scale that can weigh up to, let's say, 500 kg. So you need to invest in that because buyers are going to want to know what your product weighs. I've asked people before, well, I'm buying this from you. Well, what does it weigh? And then they'll start giving you an approximate range or anywhere from 20 to 30K. That is not an answer. You have to know exactly what your product weighs so the buyer can make an informed decision. Okay? Very, very important. Payment. Never ever release your goods until it's been paid for in full. Okay? So the key thing here is get in the habit of positioning your offers. Make sales the epicenter of your operation as an operator. You always have to drive sales, sales, sales. So your marketing efforts has to be tied into sales. Your communication efforts has to be tied into sales. And you also want to do, this is also what I teach, is inversion. Identify like follies, like anything that's ambiguous, anything that is going to make a prospective buyer reject your offer. You want to avoid those follies. So before you put anything out into the world, or you put anything out online or in a WhatsApp group or on your social media platforms, before you put that stuff out, ask yourself, what's going to cause someone to reject it? Is it because you are unclear about your offer? Is it because you are unclear about the pricing? Or, oh, I don't have the weight of the product that I'm selling? You see, that's a folly right there. That is something that can make a customer reject you or move on from you into someone else. So you want to identify it. If you have an offer that doesn't have, let's say you're selling a product, and you have an offer that doesn't have weight on it, you see, that's a folly right there that you want to avoid. So what do? Get that product weighed. So you can tell the customer, this is what I'm selling, this is what it weighs. If you don't have a location, which is a folly, okay, that is something that might cause a customer to reject you when you don't have a location. Oh, I'm based in Abuja. Or we can weigh bill. How is the customer going to receive the goods? How is the customer going to receive the goods? Are they going to pick it up? Are you going to weigh bill it to them? Are you going to courier the product to them? If you don't have that information in your pitch or in your offer, you want to put that information there. So the customer has everything that they need, because the last thing that you want to do is anytime you put a customer in a position to where they are asking you a question that you should already have stated in your pitch, you are losing that particular customer. So make it easy for them to say yes. What you're selling, the price that you're selling for, the weight of the item, how they are going to get the goods, your contact information. Reach out to us via DM. This is our number. Call us. You want to have that contact information there as well to make it easy. So if they have, you see, if nothing else, make sure that all the information that you have in your pitch or in your offer is you have at least 80% to 90% of what the customer needs. So you can convert them and take them across that line. People are not emphasizing sales enough. Just put it this way, if you're going to make the effort to post something on, let's say, the Embericat WhatsApp group for sale or on your social media, you might as well just do it right the first time. You might as well just go ahead and do it right the first time. Because every moment where someone is asking you something that should already be obviously stated, in your pitch or in your offer, it's a huge issue for you because you may not convert that customer. So back to the inversion concept that I talked about. Is your packaging right? Could your customer look at your packaging and say, as a result of that packaging, I'm not going to do business? You say that is a folly. So what do? You avoid that folly by fixing your packaging. Okay. You avoid that folly by fixing it. So always invert. Always be asking yourself, what can make a customer reject my offer? What can make a customer pass on my offer to someone else and go do business with someone else? Identify those things and then avoid it. And if you, as an operator, and I know a lot of people don't like sales because it's not easy. If you don't know how to sell your product and you only want to focus on, let's say, improving your supply chain, or you want to focus on, let's say, the quality of the product, and you just don't have it in you to sell, you have to hire a sales team or a sales manager or a sales rep. Majority of the questions that I get from people is, I'm looking for buyers. I'm looking for buyers. I'm looking for buyers. But then when you analyze what they are offering, they're not even ready yet. They're not ready. The packaging is not ready. The offer is not ready. The value proposition to the customer is not ready. But everyone seems to say that. I'm looking for a customer. But you got to fix these little things. And if you're not in a position to do it, hire somebody that can. And you guys, you have to advertise. You can have the best product or the best value or the best offer. If people don't know that you exist, they can't buy from you. You have to advertise. I know on our platform we offer free advertising on Wednesdays and on Saturdays for our members. That is fine and dandy, but you also have to set aside an advertising budget where you could actually go on platforms that have the customers that you're looking for and advertise on those platforms. Paid advertising. Get on your social media pages. Become comfortable with telling the story of your product. YouTube is one of the most effective platforms that you could advertise on or you could share content on. Start building an audience for your brand. Because once you start building that audience and they develop into loyal audience, meaning you're sharing your product with them, you're sharing the backstory of the product with them, those are the ones that are most likely to convert because they know that you exist. They see you on a consistent basis. You can't be an absentee operator. I like the word operator as opposed to business owners. We are all operators here. So learn to be comfortable in front of a camera. As the CEO, founder, and brand owner of your product and your business, you have to learn to be comfortable in front of the camera. Because nobody can tell your story. Nobody can tell your brand story better than you. There isn't a person that you can hire out there and bring them in that can tell your brand story better than you. When you do this and you're taking these little steps, they add up eventually. People look at America today and they assume that we are an overnight success. I've been doing this for 22 years. I've been in this industry since 2003. 22 years. We are not an overnight success. And throughout 22 years, I've learned what works, what doesn't work. I've learned what can be improved upon. I've actually had to get rid of things that wasn't working. So this thing is going to take time for you. Okay. But it's never too late to start. Start prioritizing sales. Make yourself attractive where people can find you on the platforms that they are already on. Majority of our customers come from YouTube because that's where they go to search for information. Believe it or not, YouTube is more powerful than Google search. It's more powerful than Facebook ads. Open a YouTube channel. Start documenting the process. If you look at our activities, everything that I can share that tells the story of our brand, I post it on YouTube. I post it on the WhatsApp group. We have a LinkedIn page. It's there. Instagram and Facebook, we are there. You have to get on these platforms in order for you to build and grow an international, because listen, it's e-commerce is where it's at. People are shopping digitally now. You're not gonna find too many people. I'm not saying that physical retail doesn't still work. It works, but majority of people are shopping online now. They are researching companies. They are researching products on platforms like YouTube. Prioritize e-commerce. Start working on your digital footprint and working on your digital your digital accounts. Open a YouTube channel. Start posting on a consistent level on YouTube. It doesn't have to be daily or every other day like we do at Embercat. Even if it's once a week, commit yourself to pushing out content and deploying content once a week across all of your platforms. Because what happens when you do that is you start making yourself available on platforms where people are already searching. If people are already searching on platforms like YouTube for products and services, why are you not on those platforms? Your competitors are. Because they're gonna buy from somebody. That person might as well be you. But you gotta start learning to be more clearer on your offer. You gotta sell. Because your product is not going to sell itself. You have to be out there as an owner-operator, selling your brand, selling your product. Fix these little things that I've talked about. Your product offer, your pricing. For those who are selling product, the weight of your product, very important. How you receive payment, how the customer is going to get their goods, and also a valid phone number where people can reach you. I know in Nigeria, entrepreneurs in Nigeria tend to have like multiple phones and multiple phone numbers. And you start seeing them plugging in 4 or 5 phone numbers in their offers. For someone like me, see, that's confusing. Because I'm not going to sit there and start dissecting which number to call. You have a primary phone number. If it's your Airtel number, if it's your MCM, there's a primary phone number where you conduct most of your communication and most of your business. Just post just that one phone number. Don't even worry about having a backup. Don't worry about that. Simplify your pitch. Simplify your product. I've analyzed a lot of ad campaigns and a lot of offers and a lot of pitches. What people try to do is they try to take everything and then condense it into one pitch or into one flyer. Just find your hero, the primary product that you're selling, feature that. Once you've reeled in a potential customer, only then and only then can you start expanding on the other offers that you have, because they're going to ask you. If I find success, I'm just going to use me as an example. Let's say you are selling a particular product and you convert me and I have a good experience with you, I'm going to, because I have other things that I need, I'm going to ask you, do you have this and do you have that? Or can you help me get this or can you help me get that? But when you try to sell everything all at once, you end up selling nothing. So find one or two products that are your core products, offer those, and just be clear in your offer. You never ever want to overpromise, and you don't want to underdeliver. But these things are critical in order for you to improve and increase your sales so you can be a profitable business. You gotta start learning how to sell. Many of you just don't know how to sell. You're a great operator, you're a good farmer, you are a good brand owner, but you gotta start learning how to sell by making these little adjustments in your sales processes and in your sales pitch. Okay? What have you learned in this live session? You've learned to be clear about your product title. You've learned to be clear about your location. You've learned to be clear about the value to the prospective customer that you're trying to reach. You've also learned to be on those platforms that people are already on looking for products. Platforms like YouTube. If you're uncomfortable in front of the camera, find somebody that's comfortable in front of the camera. Start telling the story of I'm telling you, you make these little adjustments. Identify follies. Anything that can make a customer or prospective buyer say no or reject. Once you've identified, avoid those follies. Okay? You make these little adjustments. Trust me, you're going to see not only an increase in sales, you're also going to see an increase in happy customers. Okay? And once you have a happy customer, guess what? They become your brand ambassador. They will promote your business for you. They will tell other people about you. But the moment that someone has a bad experience with you, you've lost them forever. Okay? Declare your offer, happy sales, sell, sell, sell. Sales is where it's at. Everything that you do, sales is the epicenter. Everything that you do has to be tied to sales, because without sales, you don't have a business. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Richard Berricat. For those of you who are looking for more hands-on coaching, I offer a service on our platform, berricat.com/consulting. We also have an ongoing webinar going on right now for those who are looking at selling in the United States market. And that's just not for Nigerians in Nigeria looking to come into the US. It's also for US-based importers and entrepreneurs looking at importing Nigerian goods. You want to sign up and join the webinar. The information is on berricat.com/webinar, where we cover US-Nigeria trade. We cover how to sell on Amazon and Walmart, costly mistakes to avoid, FDA, US imports compliance, how to create a brand that resonates with the US buyer and the US marketplace. All of that is discussed in my webinar. So check it out, berricat.com/webinar, and sign up for that. For one-on-one consultation, berricat.com/consulting. And for my 3-month long-term mentorship program, this is on a higher end, berricat.com/mentorship. Okay? That's what I wanted to share, guys. And I hope you guys find this valuable. berricat.com. Check us out. I am based in the United States, in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm originally born in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, Lawansin Surulere. And to all of our members on our platforms, thank you so much for the support, and continue to create value. Make these little tweaks, make these little adjustments in your sales pitches, and you are going to see your business grow beyond your wildest dreams. Talk to you guys later. All the best.